welcome to Backyard Grilling here on Nex-Tech Local 1, and we're outside today and we're going to be making apple pies. I mean, how American is that? Apple pies. We're going to do mini apple pies though. We're actually going to make them in our muffin pan. And this is something I've been playing with a little bit because I love apple pies. And we've done some experimenting, and I tried the apple pie filling and it was good, but you know, making your own is so much better. And I know making your own crust is even better, but I don't think we have time for all of that. So we're going to kind of simplify things, but we are going to make our own apple pie filling. And I kind of started on that. What I've got here is I've got 5 apples actually. I bought an extra one just in case. But we're going to use 4 apples, and what I'm going to do is just peel these real quickly. You know, if there's some areas that still have the skin on them, I'm not going to get all ate up about that. We're just going to leave it there. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of peel the outside edges of this. And, you know, there might be better ways to do this, but I'm a guy, so I'm about doing things easy. So I'm just using a potato peeler to peel the skin. And I don't know if that's correct, but that's how we're doing it here. So we're going to go ahead and finish peeling these. Now, typically what you would do is put this all together, throw it in the pie, cook it, and it'd be perfect. But because they're in mini pies and kind of because we do them on the grill, we actually had to take maybe another step, and what I have to do is cook them, the apples kind of in a pan, and that way they start to get finished and everything, so they're not real crunchy. They start the cooking process there. So what we're going to do, get rid of our apple or our skins. It's a good thing about cooking outside, you just throw it on the ground. So we got our apples peeled. We have, like I said, we have 4 apples. We have 2 Granny Smith, and we have 2 Golden Delicious. And what I did was I peeled 3 Granny Smiths and 1 Golden Delicious. So let's just go ahead and peel this other one here real quick. And from goofing around, it's kind of, I like it better to have a couple different apple flavors in there. If I had to choose just one, I'd probably just do the Granny Smith, and that was it. Okay, they're all peeled now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to slice these, and I don't want the center part. Once again, I don't know if this is the proper way to slice an apple, but it's how we're doing it. So, and when I cut these up, I want to cut them pretty thin, and I want to cut them pretty small, because if you think about it, they're going in a muffin tin, and if you got big chunks of apple, you're going to only get 1 or 2 in there. So I'm going to kind of cut these up pretty thin. And that way, when we go to put them in our muffin tin, we can get plenty chunks of apple in there. And they cook quicker if they're cut up and they're thin too. You know, I was watching a cooking show yesterday, and they were talking about knife skills and making all your food like similar size and all that. I can't do that. So, all right. Like I said, we're going to shoot for about 4 of these apples. You could you could do the same thing. Like I said, you could use the pie filling in a can. You could do, you know, peach. You could do blueberry. You could do about anything, but I think I've done blueberry a couple times on the show, so we're going to shoot for apple this time. And then when we're done at the end of it, we'll put some vanilla bean ice cream with it. Okay, so there's our 2. Okay. And as I mentioned before, we're going to use a rolled up pie crust. I practiced, or not practiced, but tried this before, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to use like the Grand's biscuit mix and use that for the pie crust instead, because those are awesome. And I tried it, and they really raised, and it had a hard time getting them smashed out small enough to fit in a muffin tin and everything. So this works better. All right, one more. And this is about perfect for about 6 little apple pies. Hey, that worked better. Okay. All right, there's our apples. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our apples, and I've got a skillet on the grill. We're going to pour those in there. First of all, I am going to put a little bit of butter. I'm going to shoot for about 2 tablespoons of butter and put it in that pan and get that started melting. Tell you what, we'll just mix this out here on the table so you guys can see it. Okay, so we got our pan here. We've got our melted butter, or it's starting to melt. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour in our apples. If you see any in there that are too big, go ahead and cut them up or break them up, do whatever. All right, after that, we're going to add, there we go. We're going to add about 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Actually, I was wrong. We're going to add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Sorry. Okay. And if you want it, you know, that's the cool thing about making it here in the skillet. When you start to get it all done, you can kind of taste it and see if it's what you want and everything. So we're going to do that. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, a little less, of just plain sugar. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to add a couple shakes of just some nutmeg. All right, then we're just going to kind of mix this up. And when you put this on the grill and mix it up, it'll really start to break down a lot better, and you'd be surprised at the liquid that comes out of it. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put this on the grill. We're going to start to cook this down. We'll keep an eye on it. When we come back, we'll continue with our mini apple pies on our grill, so don't go away.
Technology changes every day. Whether you want to keep up with the latest technology or master the gadgets you've already got, Nex-Tech University is here for you. Our experts will help you navigate the technology world, from business cloud computing to the iCloud, computer security, software, smartphones, and even must-have geek gifts. Nex-Tech's experts will share useful tips, tricks, and more to help with today's technology and keep you up to date on the hottest trends. Tune in to Nex-Tech University or Nex-Tech Local 1, YouTube, and Nex-Tech On Demand.
You're an expert at building your company. You know your customers, your books. You live it, eat it, breathe it. Are you also having to wear an IT hat while you're managing hundreds of other things? Those hats could really add up. That's where Nex-Tech comes in. We'll let you be the expert of your business, and we will be your IT department. From cybersecurity to backup, hardware and software, we'll manage it for you so you can keep your business running. Rest easier with Nex-Tech Managed IT.
Hey, welcome back to Backyard Grilling here on Nex-Tech Local 1, and we're outside and we're making mini apple pies. These are awesome too. When we're done, we're gonna put a little vanilla bean ice cream on them. You don't get any better. So what we've done so far, just a little bit of recap. We put our apples, our cinnamon, a little nutmeg, a little sugar, and we're cooking those all in a skillet. One more thing I'm gonna add is about a tablespoon of flour, and that's just going to kind of thicken things up for us. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll let that cook up. Just a side note, when we were making the apple pie filling part, we put a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's probably a little more cinnamon than some people might like. Probably about a half a teaspoon would be just about right. But I like it, so we're good to go there. So, okay, first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our muffin tin ready. And by doing that, we're just gonna spray it with some Pam. And I'm going to spray the whole thing because sometimes it sticks to the outside and you want to make sure it comes out pretty easy. So we will set that there. I'm just going to kind of cover that up there for now. I'm also going to get an egg ready. And that egg is for our egg wash to put on our the top of our pie dough. Okay. Okay, so there's our egg for our egg wash, and we have our brush. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to get out our pie dough. And what I did was I cheated. I just bought pie dough from the grocery store already made up. So but how easy is this? You just take it out of the box and it's already made. That's why I got it from the grocery store already made. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unroll it. Okay, about like so. Okay, all right, my pie tin was, or my muffin tin was, it held 6. So first of all, I'm going to do 6 bottoms. So I'm going to take out a cookie cutter. I didn't even know we had these until I got to digging in the drawer. I was using a peanut butter lid, and my wife asked me why I was using a peanut butter lid. So, okay. So we're going to do 6 of these, and these are going to be our bottoms. If we can get 6 out of this. There's 4. I think we're going to be a little short. There's 5. Okay, we're going to set this aside. We're going to open up our other one. Okay, and we'll do our last one, our 6 here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll this up, just kind of scoot it here to the side, and I'm going to get my pie tin out real quick before we get too far. I'm going to check on my apples. Perfect. We don't want to overcook them. I'm going to set these right here. I'm going to put a towel over it to encourage the... Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to take my rolling pin, and all I want to do is just roll these out just a little bit because I want to make sure they're plenty big enough to fit in our pie tin. Just like that. Then we're going to push them down in there. And just, we want to get them all the way down in there because the more we get them down in there, that means the more filling we get in there. Okay, a few more here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and skip to the next part. Now then, we've kind of got these in there. So now what we're going to do is we want to add our mixture inside of our pie crust. One more thing. Okay. That's for the top. Okay, so we're going to put our apple pie filling inside. And you could fill these pretty full if you want to. All right, so I got to remember we have 3 more. Okay, just like so. All right, so we've got that part done. So our next thing, we can do it a couple different ways. I guess it depends on how creative you want to be. But I'm going to take our next size smaller, and I'm going to cut one for it. And I'm going to take my egg wash, and I'm going to go around the outside edges. Just like so. Now this is the reason why we wanted them a little bigger. That way when we put them on here, we can kind of take this one and we'll take our egg wash and put it on here. But then we can take our top piece and kind of fold it over. Just like so. And then we'll take our knife and we'll kind of put an X in there. Okay, so that's one way to do it. If you wanted to get super creative, you could go over here to our excess part of it and you could cut some strips. About like so. And then you could roll these up. And then we'll put our egg wash on that and they're good to go. So that's how we finish up this part of it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to finish up the other 3 of these, put them on the grill. We're going to let them go for about 20 minutes or until these tops get nice golden brown, and then we're going to take them off. And then we get to put some vanilla bean ice cream on it and give these a try, so don't go away.
Your home's exterior is the best defense against harsh weather conditions. With insulated vinyl siding, energy-efficient windows, spray foam insulation, and metal roofing from AquaShield Roofing and Construction, you can protect your home from howling winds and ice-cold temperatures. Don't let Mother Nature interfere with the comfort of your home. Call or visit us online today for a free estimate. AquaShield Roofing and Construction. Our team is dedicated to your complete satisfaction.
Seems like the world is always changing. And like the weather in Kansas, change is inevitable. Mobile technology improves the lives of everyone, not just those living in a city. Nex-Tech Wireless is right there with you, providing expanded LTE coverage for everything from phones to farm equipment. We are devoted to help Kansas work smarter and live better. Nex-Tech Wireless. Time for something different. Today, get 4 iPhones and unlimited data for less than $40 a line.
Hey, welcome back to Backyard Grilling here on Nex-Tech Local 1, and we've taken our apple pies out of the grill. I put one on the plate and I put some vanilla bean ice cream on it, and it's so hot it's making the ice cream melt. But these things turned out perfect. Really pretty simple. I mean, it's even with cutting up your own apples and everything, it is 10 times better to use your own apples than it is to use the canned filling stuff. But easy to do, and we hope you join us again next time. Check out some of our other recipes on Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, and make sure you come back here and join us again for our next episode of Backyard Grilling.